Do we look whitewashed?
She said whitewash. I mean, Beverly, I can't do this with you today.
Okay. I think that looks better.
That's much better, yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, we looked white at first. So hey everyone, my name is Beverly. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have my friend Bria Sneed, CPA, and today I wanted to talk about starting your own business. And she has her own CPA business, and I wanted to talk to her about how to start her business and the trials and tribulations of starting a business, and how to help you start your business if you decide you want to start your own business. Welcome, my friend.
Hi
Bria.
guys.
How me and Bria know each other. Me and her used to work together at ExxonMobil. We are both accountants there. I worked there for about 7 years, and you worked there
4.
You worked there for what?
4 years.
4 years. We both ventured on to new companies, and she actually has started her own company, but is also working another full-time job. We were also going through our CPA journey together. She was super dedicated, super passionate, and it's one of my only friends that actually has a CPA, because all my other friends and me, I only have 2 friends with a CPA, and I'm currently in the journey. So she
will be a CPA.
Yes, thank you. And she gives me a lot of motivation as well. So hopefully, God willing, I will get my CPA at the end of the year. And also, corporate America, we both weren't
satisfied or happy. It's not enough.
Yeah, just working for a big corporation, I think just wasn't us anymore.
They don't care about you.
Yeah.
You have to care about yourself. And when you start your own business, guess what? You are the one doing the caring. All the work you put in, you're yielding the results. But when you work for corporate world, you put in all that work, and the people above you are yielding those results. No.
And they may not even know your name
at all.
Yes. So,
or they may not care.
Oh, they don't care. Yeah. For sure they don't care, but
care.
We just wanted to break out of corporate America so bad.
Yeah.
And technically we still are, but we are on our journey to getting our own business, and hopefully. Tell me about your business specifically.
So my business is called BNS Accounting. So what I do is I do taxes for people. Again, budgets. I keep talking about budgets. I do budgets for people. I do bookkeeping for people, and the way I'm doing this right now is kind of on a client by client basis. Like, people will reach out to me, even if it's not a service that I technically say I provide. I'm more of like on a consulting basis, if that makes sense.
So it's consulting.
Like, I do it all. Whatever y'all need, whatever you think a CPA would do or a CPA could help you with, come to you, girl.
Yeah. So when did you know you wanted to start your own business? Because some people are comfortable just working in corporate America and working for others.
I work for a private equity company right now as of September of 2019. And when you start a company, you're new, and like, you're really not doing much because you're learning, and you don't really have much to do. So when I started that company, I was bored. I didn't have to study anymore. There was no more school. It was literally just go to work and go home. And so I had this mindset of like, I'm used to grinding for years and years and years, and all of a sudden now I have nothing to do. And so I was like, why not start a business? Well, I have a passion for doing budgets for people, so I was always doing budgets, or I was doing taxes here and there for like my family. But I was just like, I can actually expand on this now that I have the free time to do it. So why not do it now before I actually get busy with this job? And so that's what made me want to start the business. It was really out of boredom.
Really, it's boredom, but then it's like there was a passion behind it too. Yeah. I think that's what goes into my next question. What is the difference you feel between having your own business and working for corporate America?
Now that I'm doing something I love, once I saw that something I love can actually change and impact other people's lives, like, again, like I said, doing budgets for people, I have people tell me like, oh my goodness, like, I paid this off and now I'm able to do blah, blah, blah. Like, that's an impact on someone's life. They're never gonna forget that. So I'm like, if this is something I love and is gonna, benefit other people, why not make money off of this?
Okay, so initially, what was your greatest fear about starting a business, and have you overcome that fear, or are you still in this like, kind of in limbo with that?
I'm gonna say my biggest fear with starting a business was failure. Okay. Unfortunately, y'all, I'm a perfectionist, and I just feel like if I don't have all the answers, or if I'm not making any money, or if I'm not being successful at what I do, I will consider that as failure. And that is literally my biggest fear. And up until this point, I really haven't failed yet, you know, and a lot of people can't say that. And I'm very grateful and I'm very honored to be able to say that I actually haven't failed. So because I haven't failed, it's my biggest fear to fail. I don't know how I'm going to react to that.
How are you overcoming trying to be a perfectionist? Because I feel like sometimes it takes a lot of time to get over perfectionism, and so you're actually like delaying your process. So how are you overcoming perfectionism with your business? Because this is also your baby.
I'm still going through that now, right? I'm still experiencing that now. But what I'm trying to do is, one, be okay with not having the answer, being okay with messing up, being okay with not always doing everything so perfect. Because I'm also learning that when I make mistakes, when I don't have the answers and all that, I'm actually learning so much in that process. It's a part of growth. If I was perfect, there's no room for growth. Right?
Okay, so what are some things that you had to do to break out of your comfort zone?
So, as an accountant, right, we have our little cubicle. We can talk to people if we want to. Like me and Beverly, when we worked together, we was always talking to each other. It's more informal, you know. It's friends, you know. We get along. We're kind of, you know, just chopping it up. But when it comes to running your business, you have to go out and market for your business. You have to reach out to people. I've just started doing. I have a business page now. I've started doing videos. Completely out of my comfort zone. I don't do stuff like this. Like even what we're doing right now, this is not what I do, but this is a form of growth, right? So I've learned that I can't just sit in my little bubble. Like I'm a very outgoing person, but when it comes to business, I never want to be that person to be like, hey, so just so you know, I'm a CPA and I can help you with these specific services and blah, blah. I've never been that person ever. And actually with this business, I'm still not that person. It's just like, fortunately, that business page that I mentioned before is helping people. They're actually reaching out to me, so then I can piggyback off of that and like, you know, go from there. But I'm learning how to, okay, you cannot have a business and not talk to people. So I'm stepping out of my comfort zone because it doesn't work like that. You have to do stuff like this in order to expand your business.
So you mentioned marketing and how big that was. As of now, how do you self-promote your business?
As I mentioned before, I do have a business page on Instagram. So I've decided that it is not, it's not healthy to have your business and your personal mixed together. You know, if you want to live your personal life, do what you got to do, but you got to keep it professional. So that's why I created a business page. Now, even with creating a business page, I'm not necessarily saying like, hey guys, I'm a bookkeeper, this is what I do, this is what I provide, you should come to me. Like, I'm not marketing it that way. I'm marketing it from a perspective of passion. All the knowledge that I have and all the things that I research and find out, I want to educate the public with that information. It's basically a financial literacy page. Fortunately, I'm able to receive clients through this business page just because of the content that I'm making. Social media is such a powerful tool. So right now, like I'm on Zoom calls and meetings every day of the week, and it's all stemmed from my business page on Instagram, and I'm also now transitioning that to Facebook, and so people are reaching out there as well.
So what are some things that you know now that you wish you knew early on when you were starting your business?
So like I said, when I started my business, I was just bored. I was like, let me just do this because I didn't have anything else to do. I wish I knew that this whole business thing is not necessarily black and white. There's not a checklist for this. Like you kind of got to just learn as you go. And so I'm learning to just accept the fact that there may have been some things that I missed when I decided to start this, and I'm having to fund that as I'm going through this process.
Do you believe anybody can start a business?
Absolutely. I definitely think anyone can start a business. Again, it kind of goes back to what you're passionate about. So most people, I say, like, okay, if you don't know what business you want to start, think about the things that you're passionate about. Think about the things that you're already spending money on. Like if you're saying maybe you don't think you would have enough money to start a business, well, what are some things that you're already spending money on that you can kind of incorporate your business and start it from that perspective? Because now you're already spending money on this, but now you get to write it off. You know what I'm saying? Because you got a business now. So I definitely think anybody can start a business. Am I going to be ignorant to the fact that, yes, money is a factor of starting a business, but it's just depending on what you want to do. I definitely think, like, you know, you have kids nowadays, especially with the pandemic and everybody getting creative, right? Everyone's getting extremely creative. So even if you're 15, 16 years old and you're like, I'm gonna just go door to door and ask people if I can cut their yards for $15. Boom, business. Everyone can start somewhere, and in the end, the result is I have a business. It doesn't matter how long it took you to get there.
Okay, so how much cost, time, and energy did you put into starting your own business?
So I'm gonna try to establish a timeline as I just kind of started this process since I just got my CPA last year. I was like, okay, well, at least I want to do the basic stuff, you know, buy a computer, have stuff that I can set up at my home, you know, I have to purchase the LLC and all the things that come with starting a business. I just focused on like just spending money on that in the beginning. It wasn't about getting clients or having any income. It's really just purchasing the things I needed for my business. Now, I know I said earlier that it don't have to be costly, but the route that I took, it did. And I'll tell you why I took this route. I probably funded in everything, going to conferences and trying to learn stuff, at least $5,000.
Oh, really?
$5,000.
I didn't know that.
Yes, ma'am. The $5,000, if we can break that out, it's really not a lot that goes into the $5,000. I wanted to do taxes. Well, guess what? You got to have tax software to do that. The tax software that I got that I heard everyone else was using, $1,200 off top. I spent $1,500 to $1,800 building up my home office. I did go to a tax conference because I wanted to learn about that. That was about $500. I had to get a hotel, had to travel there. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So it's
all these costs added up.
It's just all these costs that added up, but at the same time, I also had this mindset of, okay, well, and this is why I spent a lot of money. It's crazy. This is what I preach about, and I wasn't thinking at the time I started my business. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like, whatever, you paying $4 or $5,000 to start this business. However, you will get to write that off. But here's a tip to everyone. So one thing I thought was like, you can write everything off or whatever. However, it does not work like that. So I'm saying, if I write off $5,000, it's cool. Like, I'm probably gonna get back a couple thousand because, you know, I wrote this off. My business is gonna take a loss this first year. No, it is not dollar for dollar. Okay, so when I file my taxes, and I'm very transparent, so I don't care.
Yeah, to do it.
When I file my taxes, I got like $1,000 back. And that $1,000 was, I have a full-time job as well, right? So a portion of that was probably my refund from, you know, the tax difference between what I paid in versus, you know, what I owed and stuff. Like, my tip to people out there is like, spend money for your business, but spend necessary money for your business. Now, as for time and energy, right now I'm still in the beginning stages. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I don't have a number of like the amount of hours I put in, but like just this month alone, July 1, I mean, you didn't ask me this, but I'm gonna tell you because it kind of goes on hand in hand. Just in 1 month alone, I've gotten 5 or 6 additional clients, right? Okay. And with those clients, they've all asked me something I didn't know. Every last one of them, right? So that's a lot of research for them, and I'm nice, so they'll call me. I'm on the phone talking to them for hours. They're asking me questions. So that's time and effort that I'm losing out and not making money off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is fine because I'm learning. I'm investing into myself at this point in time. Yeah. So it's okay. But it's so rewarding because I can just see the potential of where this can go and what this is doing, that it's a sacrifice, but it's really not a sacrifice. I can see the bigger picture, right? That I don't look at it really as a sacrifice. I look at it as an investment.
So first of all, when you're just always like grinding for something, you make sacrifices. I don't think it's like when people say you can have it all, it's really hard to have that out all the time lifestyle and then really work for what you want. Like to really like, if you want something.
They say it's a balance, but it's not.
It's not.
It's not.
It's not. This is the initial sacrifice that you have to make to get the reward in the later end. So
I'm the type of person that embrace that stuff. Like I'm built to work. I'm built to grind and always be doing something. So that's why it's not a sacrifice.
Kind of circling back around the question where I said, can everyone start a business? Do you think that mentality, you have to have that mentality to start a business?
Yes. You have to have a mentality of like, I'm gonna bring B Simone into this, right?
Goodness.
Yeah. I gotta bring B Simone into this. Not about the whole I only want to date somebody that's a 9 to 5, but like if you're gonna do this like me, where I do have the full-time job and I'm trying to do this on the, you know, on the side or whatever. So there is no, you have to just. And that's the thing, if you with a corporate job, if you don't like it, whatever, I'm just gonna quit, you know, I can find another job or whatever. But now this is your business, this is your baby. There is none of that. You know, you can quit if you want to, but then, you know,
you're a deadbeat.
Don't say that. Do not say that. So
No, but if you just abandon your baby, like
honestly, that's what I'm saying. So that's when I said, for people who do want to start a business, you have to have a passion for it.
So how important is it to, when starting your business, to seek legal advice or legal counsel or outside CPAs, and what is the cost of it, and where do you go about getting all that information?
So I think that is extremely important. It's something that I didn't do, even though I am a CPA. And the reason why I think it's important is because, like I said, when I created my LLC, first off, I'm not even knowing what is the point of getting an LLC. I'm just doing it because that's a check the box type thing, right? Someone told me I should create one, so why not? Just create one. But at the end of the day, I created one, and the process to create one was not as hard as I thought. But guess what? There are so many things that come along with that.
Yeah. Wait, for people who don't know, what is LLC?
That is a limited liability company. It is designed to, if you get sued, then you're not fully covered, but you are partially covered because you have an LLC. I can tell clients what they need to do and what they need to get, but I can't make that agreement for them.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? If they're asking me what's the structure of how they should set their LLC up, that's not my expertise. I can research some things, I can kind of give you an understanding, but it is very important to go to someone who does this for a living. You know what I'm saying? But it is costly.
Yeah.
And so, like I mentioned before, and I've had clients tell me, oh yeah, I use LegalZoom. LegalZoom is a company where you want to start a business, you literally go there, you tell them exactly what you're trying to do, and you go through this whole process. And now granted, is that going to run you about $500 to thousands of dollars, depending on what you want to do? It is, but guess what? If you, depending on how legit you want to be and how organized you want to be, that's the more money you're gonna spend, right?
Yeah, and it can maybe save you money in the long term. Because imagine doing your business, running into legal troubles, and being sued. And if you had just counseled someone, seek counsel before, then that would have helped you out.
Exactly. So it's like it's like that initial investment. You want to start a business, if you kind of just want to start it and you want your cost to be low, just know that there's going to be risk associated with that. But as far as seeking a CPA, like seeking someone like me, I'm going to tell you those basic things that you need to do before you create a business or after you create a business, and I'm going to tell you how to maintain those things, like by keeping a bookkeeper, make sure you have this for your tax records and all that. Because the problem is people wait until they have to do it and start seeking that advice, and now their stuff is just all over the place, and guess what? You're going to have to pay for that. So you might as well have paid for it on the front end to know what you were going to have to, come out of pocket for it, versus it all hit you at once. And now you need it. You ain't got no choice but to pay for it.
So have you had any regrets about starting your own business?
I would say no. It's not a regret, because everything that has happened since I started my business has benefited me. Like, I know that it's going to benefit my business's future, even if there was some issues or some problems. I don't have regrets, and I think when you start a business, nothing should be a regret, because at the end of the day, like we said, it's an investment, right?
Yeah.
So no, I don't have any regrets.
Finally, what advice would you give to anyone wanting to start their own business?
First and foremost, you can do it, y'all. Like, anybody can start a business. I'm gonna stick to that. You literally can do it. Please do not get overwhelmed. Please do not think it is only the smartest people out there that can start their own business. No, everybody can do this. You can do this, okay? Find a mentor. Find some people that you can network with. Find some groups. Find some people who are into doing what you're doing and pick their brain. You know what I'm saying? We talk about the cost of starting a business. Some people like me, if you want to talk to me about this or getting your CPA and all that, I'm going to talk to you for free, because I want us all to win. Do not try to do this on your own. Consult people. Get advice from people. That's what I would say. My contact information, the first thing I want people to do is to follow my Instagram page. It is called BNS Accounting. And the reason why I say this is because, again, all the information on there is free, right? That's public information. So I have all these different videos where I'm talking about financial literacy. I'm talking about taxes. I'm talking about bookkeeping and LLCs and all that stuff. So go take a look at the videos, and if you like them or have questions, you can DM me. I will give out my email. It is bsneed, BSNEED, at bsnaccounting.com.
Okay, well, thank you for having me.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yes, we rarely see each other now, especially now with the pandemic. This is the first time I've seen you since the concert.
Jadena.
Yeah.
When
Okay.
was that though?
November?
I don't think it was November. I
Jadena.
don't remember when it was. It was last year.
We haven't. No
sometime.
one's seen anyone. So
Nobody's seen nobody.
Yeah.
I forgot what she looked like, honestly.
I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope we hope to do more videos like this. If you like it, please like, comment, subscribe. Please go to Bria's Instagram. I'll leave her information below, and also you've probably seen it pop up on the screen, but definitely check her out. If you have a business, check her out. If you're even curious about anything, hit her up. She has so much knowledge and information. So
thank you.
Definitely hit her up. And we'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.